Hey everybody, welcome to this read for the full moon in Leo. It's also going to serve as the weekly read just because we are already midweek, and I think it's just really the energy of this moon is exactly how the first 2 days of it has gone for me. Not sure how you guys are all doing. Um, they are doing construction outside, so hopefully it doesn't interfere too terribly in this read. Um, it's not like we're doing meditations or anything, so I guess that's okay. What do I want to say about this moon? Well, the big thing that I've been noticing over the couple of days here already is that that lion Leo energy is really predominant right now. So a lot to do with our solar plexus chakra and just having willpower, courage. Um, in fact, this one I definitely think will probably be called Courageous Heart. Just seems like we're really being asked to make sure. I pulled this card from the one of the moon decks. We don't often get it, so I'm going to put it back in when we read with it. But I am courageous, steady, and strong. So it feels like this moon and this week is really about us um, having that healthy ego, believing in ourselves, having confidence in ourselves, and starting to stand strong and true in our day to day life. The lion energy is definitely coming in strong. It's funny because I'm gonna just read off this this little, they come up in your Instagram feed or whatever. I just think this is really funny, this one, because it's um the first one is remember who the fuck you are. Sorry about the swearing. Remember who the F you are. It's like we just gotta get back to it feels like actually I want to say so far what I'm really feeling with 2025 is this is all about our self journey to and through ascension. Like how do we get through it and go through it and what does it look like for us? And we have to be have lots of self-care and self-attention and self-awareness and self-love to get to the other side of this. So it's really important that we're tending to those things. And this particular moon is asking us to like stand firm and stand true. Tend to your inner child, have fun and play. The other thing I always associate with solar plexus chakra besides Leo energy is um, just joy, just having joy, moments of like pure joy. If it lights you up, feel the fear and do it anyway. Be more expressive, creative, and outgoing. Creative was coming up a lot in other people's reads for this month too. So just kind of really, I guess, stepping to the front, standing courageous, steady, and strong, and creating this new version of ourselves, whatever this is going to be. It also says, I am brave and courageous. I am ready to own the power I was born with. That's the stepping up part. Definitely feels like what the overall theme of this moon is going to be. Um, so let's just get right into the cards and see what they have to say, because that's usually the easiest. I'm going to use the nature or the oracle here for the overall, see what we're looking at with this moon. Yeah, it's one of those interesting times. I don't know how you're all faring, but there's just a lot going on. Yep. Birth. 9. Nice. Okay. This moon is about birth. It is. We're really reinventing, rebirthing ourselves, becoming new. Like, and a lot of the thing. It's interesting because this has been happening to me a lot. Is for me, it's been about I want to make these changes in my life and be different and be living differently than I have this previous 50 years of my life. Like, I don't want, there's certain things that I don't want anymore. Like, I don't want to, you know, like, you know, I just feel like the need to be a different person. And I think that's just also heading into this new paradigm Um, that's what what we're all trying to create and achieve. So it was also interesting. I saw this really interesting video. Uh, I don't know if it was on TikTok or whatever, but it was just talking about that throat chakra is really predominant right now. And remember, I talked about this last time in the previous videos. Is like I think we've moved up and done a lot of solar plexus healing. And again, I said it's not like we bypassed heart. It's like heart is involved in all of it. But basically, what this person was saying is that throat chakra is the bridge between our heart and our third eye or our intuition. So we have to like again use that bridge to connect the heart and the third eye. Um, and again, the really interesting thing is with throat, again, a lot of truth is coming out right now. What we're really capable of, who we really are, like it's so much more than we've been told. So getting and diving deeper into those things is really important. Yeah, we're just a work in progress, and we're doing our best. And I hope you guys are finding that you're able to to weather this, not even just weather it, but just like to fully participate and reinvent yourself, right? All right, birth. I am birthing something new and beautiful. I am calm and patient with the process. Transformation requires germination, which may seem long and grueling. New birth is stressful, yet exciting and beautiful. You are being asked to practice patience as you birth something new. This birth will bring positive transformation as your manifestations become reality. Nice. Yeah. So this moon is just sort of like again a culmination of where we're meant to be heading. Okay, let's dive right into these moon cards. And definitely you can just like I said, you can feel the energy is. I mean, it's been pretty intense. There's been some good days and some bad days for sure. I'm sure you're all feeling that too. Um, but but I just feel like we're making so much progress and things are happening sometimes a little too quickly. It almost seems like it's overwhelming. The energies can be very overwhelming lately. Okay, so first up with this moon is we've got adjustments are required. Yeah, I was watching, I think it was Amanda Ellis today, and it was this really interesting piece, and it's kind of like what I just kind of talked about there and what I'm feeling is like we're having a bit of a difficult time. Um, we're still living here really densely in third dimension. We're dreaming and envisioning fifth dimensional thinking, and it's just we're trying to live, like a square peg, round hole, whatever. We're trying to live in the past, and we're struggling to get to the future because we're still clinging on to the old ways. And part of that I think is like us having to do a little work with letting things go, but it's also just like it's going to be an energetic timing thing. So see where you can make those adjustments though. Just take a quick look at or a quick ask of self and say, what am I missing here, that what can I let go of? What old, that snake skin, what can I shed right now that isn't serving me? It feels like we've been asking that for a couple of years now, but I think it's not a short process. This is us really delving deep into it and answering those questions, right? We also got balance, spirituality, and practicality. Again, it's like it's this dualistic thing. We're like in one foot in one world, one in the other, but we're having trouble finding the balance. Um, but we need to find that balance. So it's just spending more and more time working with the energy around you, and make sure that we still have to be practical and live our little 3D life down here. So but again, not getting so enmeshed and involved in it that it's distracting and we don't do the spiritual work. and vice versa, not just completely hermiting away and just doing spiritual work. We still have to be doing stuff in this density, right? We still have to be working on that. So, yep, this is just I think a moon to like, just some of that more evaluation going on, right? Here's the key though. Bring love into the situation. It's a new moon in Aquarius, this card. Um, yeah, we're in the age of Aquarius. And again, don't another big thing I really want to say is like the theme of like self-care and self-love is really coming up right now. And I think it's really important that we are paying attention to that. That we're not talking bad about ourselves and that we're not feeling bad about like, uh, oh, I can't get past this, or I'm not doing this right, or all of those sort of lower negative thoughts. We've got to like get that out of our system. um Anytime you can, just bring love back into the situation, the energy, the frequency. Try to keep raising your frequency. Do things you love. Take care of yourself. Show yourself some love, right? It's really important. I mean, we have Valentine's Day on Friday, which, commercial holiday and all. But the energy of it is always a good time to look at those evaluations. How are you treating yourself? What are you saying about yourself? Um, you know, it's just really important that we're not, pooping on ourselves all the time, because it's just that energy is, uh, we're manifesting it really quickly. So you don't want to keep manifesting low energy around you. Um, Try, whenever those things start happening or those thoughts start creeping in, is combat it with love in some way. Find things you love about yourself, or the situations in the world, or like nature, all of that. Just change the frequency. Okay. Yeah, because here's the big one. So the word Lord, communications, praise, dishonesty. Interesting. Okay, this is still solar plexus chakra, and this is just exactly what I just said. It's really important how we're speaking about ourselves. Because if we're trying to manifest right now this new version of us, but we're pooping on the old one and just continuing that energy, we're not doing anything. We're taking one step forward, two steps back. Like, yeah, I think it's really important. Like, when we talk about the Leo and the Lion and having courage and standing up, but it's like it's also because you're coming from a healthy ego, meaning you're like, you believe in yourself, you have self-confidence. So these are definitely things we need to be working on this moon, is like building our own self-confidence, belief in ourselves. So it's not necessarily that we're standing up and leading for others, but we're standing up and leading for ourselves, and then that light others will see, and then they will follow or want to follow, right? So, you know, be the change you wish to see, right? So, yeah, we got to stop talking. That's the big one right now, is just not talking shit about ourselves. It's so bad. I'm the worst for it. So, I'm taking this reading to heart, I promise. We also got the sun dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. We need to stoke that fire right now. It's really important. So if you're going to like be having thoughts about anything, think about abundance and fun and joy, and see, like, find activities to bring more joy and peace into our life and love. We also got the High Lord of gratitude and service, this in this case service to self, but in the good way. And what I mean by this is selflessness, humility, and conscious action. So again, there's that gratitude word. It's, again, if you can do nothing else to raise your vibration, go into gratitude of, what do I already have, what is already serving me, like, um it's the easiest way for us to get there. And it's just screaming right now that we need to be doing this. So it's just time. We got to get going. All right, let's see what else. These ones I usually think of as advice cards. Okay, interesting. Got two Sagittarius cards, isn't that funny? First up, focus on the positive. I'm not going to say anything about that one because we just talked about it. We also got another Sagittarian card. Believe in your good luck. Again, this is manifestation part. This is gratitude. This is looking at the positives of things and just focusing on those, right? Not focusing on the past, the what you're not doing properly, all of those. I have like a saying right up here above me, and I'm like, I use it as soon as I start getting to negative thinking about what could happen, what's not happening, that kind of thing, and you get in that loop. I always just look at this thing and it said, instead of thinking all those bad thoughts of what's, oh, I'm not going to have enough to pay rent or blah, 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 like whatever it is, what is the best thing that can happen? What is the best thing that can happen? So that tricks your mind instead of like thinking of all this negative stuff to like creating, which is what we want to be doing, something that could be better. So it's like, oh, the best that can happen is, and go out on a limb. So for me, it's like, I'm going to put on a sale for Valentine's Day and people are going to buy 10 packages and I'm going to be set for the month. That's the best that could happen. Everything I just said there is great. It benefits me. I'm thinking about it as it's already happened. It's already happened. That money is coming in. I'm good for February. I'm good to go. Those kind of things. It's really important. Again, our thoughts and our thinking are super important right now. And then we also got honor your feelings. I think we've had this a couple times in the last couple weeks, or in the moon reads anyways. So yeah, just it's still important though. Like if you're still, if you're trying to find this balance between 3D, 5D, but you know, you're holding on to some anger, we want to process that. We don't want to hang on to it. So feel those feelings, process them, honor them. Like it's okay to be mad. It's okay to be pissed off. Like at least once a week I'm mad and pissed off about the way things are. It's not great right now. This isn't like the kumbaya like place we want to be. So, but I can't get there if I just keep complaining, bitching and wallowing in it, right? I have to have gratitude and I have to imagine the best possible outcome. And part of that is like getting these feelings uh, not dealt with, but just, yeah, kind of like we're not stuffing them down. We're not like, oh, I'm supposed to be all love and light and I can't be angry right now. No, that's BS. So you can be angry. Just again, we talk about this all the time. Don't stay there. Start processing these emotions. It's obviously very important. All right, three more advice cards that I'm going to read. Um, yeah, I don't usually read this moon one anymore, but it's the one with the lion in it, so I'm just curious to read it. Uh, oops, there's. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you can't make this stuff up. Um, Abundance. Um, we've got to be focusing on abundance. So even if yours isn't like sort of like mine, like sometimes is like a financial thing, that's not necessarily what we're talking about. But do you want more abundance of joy in your life? Then we need to be focusing on inviting that in. More light in our life, all of those things, more love in our life. Again, we are creating so rapidly and crazily right now. So just focus on abundance in all areas of our lives, in all areas of the world, in all of humanity. Synchronicity. Now, this is interesting because, like, I think there are no coincidences. Everything happens as it should. And we're getting lots of signs and symbols about that. This is about creating too, right? Um, it's just sometimes you might not. Basically this is more about the timing of things. So like just being a little more focused on the timing may not happen really fast and it might just land in your lap tomorrow after thinking about it. There's this for me is the card that the universe is working in tandem with us. There's not, it's, there, they're helping out the best they can. So just realize and pay attention to any synchronicities that come up. Why am I saying this? I was just gonna, well, I mean, it's just like I've talked about the different stories over the couple things about manifesting simple things like an extension cord, but like it is that it's like pay attention because there's so many synchronicities happening right now that it is almost overwhelming. So if we're like too wrapped up in stuff, we're not seeing them, we're not paying enough attention. So just kind of focus. Courage. Honestly, this is probably the theme for this entire moon is just building up our confidence, our courage, standing our ground. And it's not standing our ground in like the past 5 years and all the crap that's been happening on this planet. It's not sort of in that couragey kind of way. It's standing up and basically like revealing who you really are at the core. And so as we get more and more of this truth, which is great, it all has, like you said, it all has to come out. That we're really focused on, that we have the courage to say, this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be going forward. And not with no ego, um, with no just straight up confidence, like and reassured about everything. Sorry, it feels like something's crawling at me. Probably just my earring. Okay. Okay. First up for more advice. I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. Again, we're getting that push, like bringing love into the situation, but like really connecting on that energy level with nature. That's what it's there for. Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. This is just goes back to that thing. We need to be bringing more love into this situation. Um, and then we also got I forgive and let go with loving ease. Again, there's so many things coming up, and we talked about this. Like you still get to have righteous anger, and don't stuff your emotions down, but start to again bring love into the situation. Um, we can definitely forgive and not have to forget, but um, we just need to have that flowing through us so it's not stagnating and building up. So staying in the flow of love and light as much as you can, but processing all of our emotions, even though that's hard sometimes. All right. I just want to read 3 of these too. Again, did that just flash? I have to watch this back. Oh, I think it was just a big waft of smoke. Looked like it flashed. Woo. Okay. I am wise. Again, this is going right back to like, watch the words we're saying to ourselves. Be positive when you're talking about yourself. I have the power to change my life for the better. This all comes down to us. These are all powers. Look at this. I have the power to change my destiny. This is the state we're in right now. We're able to like write and change and birth exactly what we want. We're being given that opportunity. So it's really important that we are actively working on it. All right. Uh, just to conclude here for the moon, we're going to do just 3. I'm like going to keep up with this golden future cards, just kind of see where we are and how this gets us there. Good. Okay. Okay, interesting. There's things, like previously I would get robots right now, right? I didn't. But there's been a lot of talk too about needing to embrace that because it is the new. I still, I'm wary of AI, and I am, but there's also new systems that need to come in that are part of that, or that are based on that, that are actively using that. And so I have to remind myself, I have to be a little more open-minded. So it's not that I'm going to dive in tomorrow and get a chip put in my head, but I need to be more aware and watching and seeing what's coming. Because we got the golden stellar internet, communication in a fifth dimensional way. Because I can say till the cows come home on this video that I can't wait to be in 5D and living my life and communicating that way, and harmony and sympathy and understanding. If I'm like blocking stuff, because that's the thing. The key thing is we have to be using all of our chakras. Third eye, throat, discernment, heart. What does your heart say about it? Instead of just instantly dismissing stuff, we have to be a little more open-minded. That's what I'm getting from that. Communal markets. Trust that all you need will come to you. So again, it's just like, that's fifth dimensional thinking too. And so if we're just like, oh, well, I don't have a job right now, or I was expecting Sam bark. Anyway, hang on. Shh. Poor guy. No, it's gonna be a long summer with this construction going on. Anyway, yep. What did I want to say? He totally threw off my train of thought, but I'm gonna leave it just as is. Anyway, communal markets. This is where we're heading. So we have to be working on this manifestation and understanding that it is what we put out there. That's what comes to us. So we need to keep working on that belief. Trust that all will come to you as you need it. And that's part of the thing too, is like, I am noticing in my life, I'm trading for a lot more things than using currency. So again, not just about like watch out for those synchronicities and signs and see if you can get that to happen, but watch your manifestation stuff and see if you can manifest it, right? The last one I got was music. Bring yourself into divine harmony. So I mean, it's about using music, but it's also about really, and it's everything that these last few months have been about, which is like raising our frequency and being in a good frequency. It's really important that we're working on all of that stuff. So again, watching um, what we're ingesting in every way, the internet, food, um, everything, and just really trying to take better care of ourselves overall. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much the moon. It's like the Leo moon. It's also called a snow moon, but that's for obvious reasons because we're in the deep freeze, usually the coldest time of year, right? Anyway, so do your best to continue what we've been doing, but just gaining a little more confidence around just about manifesting and taking care of ourselves. Okay, I'm going to save this one for last because it's perfect. Okay. Which one do I want to read first? Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is great. This is I think what we're really supposed to be doing right now. Tenderness, care, gentleness, nourishment. Look at that great big crystal at heart chakra. Doing some crystal work. It looks like he's in the middle of a labyrinth. So just really, again, not fully diving into these spiritual, like just going down a rabbit hole and staying down there. We definitely need to find that balance, but we need to do more self-care and energetic self-care this month. So really start to find ways to do that. And like if you literally need to lay down and put chakras or crystals on your chakras, I would highly suggest getting that going. We got the stone goddess as well. Unwavering love and support. The maternal line. Again, it's that mothering thing. This is all about self care, self care, self care, self care. Making sure we're sitting in energy of love, talking well about ourselves. We're seeing ourselves healthy, happy, whole, living a fifth dimensional life. We're really working on manifesting for self. We're not kind of worrying about everything else and trying to fix all the world's problems. This is just about us taking care of ourselves. Because when we're at our best, we become the best version of ourselves. We can head into that more fifth dimensional kind of consciousness. And then we become the light, right? That others see, be the change. That's what that means is like really be actively working on who you want to be in fifth dimensional consciousness, how you want to feel, how you want to express love, all of these things. It's we've got to be working on it. The last card we got is pave your own way. Leadership, courage, forge, don't follow. This again, I can't express enough. This moon is about us becoming that lion energy and just stepping up and not just stepping up and saying this is who I am, but really knowing who you are. So that requires you to do the work, right? It requires you to sit down and meditate and manifest and create. Create was coming up big time, like I said, for this moon. Create what we want to see, right? We've got to actively be working on this. I think that's part of the problem lately. I know I'm just as bad right now because I spend a day just doing bookkeeping and cleaning the house and I don't do any of my spiritual work. I'm too far out of balance on that side. So, that's something I need to work on this next couple months or weeks or whatever it is. But it's just critical that we're starting to pay more attention to this stuff, and pay more attention to ourselves and what our needs are and what we want to see in the world. So, all right. And now the construction's going to kick back up. It's obviously after lunchtime. So we'll conclude this moon video for this week. And we'll see you next week for the weekly read. Take care of yourselves. Love yourself. First, love yourself. And know that I love you too. And we're doing a good job, you guys. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Just keep it going. Full of a heart full of courage, a courageous heart.